Hi guys, I'm Ajay here again, and today I have bring another tutorial of TensorFlow. And this time, I guess most of you guys who is watching this video had already seen my few TensorFlow tutorial in which I have explained 2D brain tumor segmentation and brain tumor classification system. So this time I have built another algorithm because 2D brain tumor segmentation is not a practical application in healthcare. Okay, that is just a proof of concept. So this time what I do, I have taken data set from one of the famous challenges, MCI challenges, which is happening these days, and that is a challenge um, which is taking into consideration to develop an efficient algorithm which would be able to detect brain tumor in 3D images. Okay, because most of the MRI images, when I guess most of you people just see how the MRI is being taken, they actually take full structure of brain, and brain is also 3D. So it is really important to the part of that. It's important to detect the portion of brain where the tumor is located, along with how much the size of tumor. Okay, this is one of my output. Let me show you my output first, and then I will try to explain you how you will be able to replicate the algorithm, which is I'm going to show you here. And the second most important thing, if somebody wants to buy this algorithm, that is I have given my link, and he can contact me for getting the algorithm. This algorithm has practical implementation applications, and I have implemented this algorithm using TensorFlow. And the contest which is being happening, let me show you. I have taken the BRAT data set, so let me open the contest, and then you would be able to see the contest name. You can see, visit this website, Multimodal Brain Tumor Segmentation Challenge 2018. Okay, and here you can ask them to share you the data set, BRAS 2018 challenge. Okay, and you can also participate here. So I have already asked them to share the data set, but I want you to show the outcome of my algorithm first. As you can see here, this is the GIF output, and these are the 3D brain tumor images, which it is being created by mapping 2D images in concatenate form, and the blue portion is showing the detected tumorous portion. Okay guys, and this is my output. So my output will be created another the second after the completion of video, and I'll show you this output again. So I'm deleting it right now. So once you ask them to share the dataset, you will be having a dataset something like this. The dataset folder containing HGG, LGG folders, and you need to put all the dataset in training folder where you can train them. Each folder containing a subject, where each subject is containing 4 part and 1 segmented part, which is the tumorous portion of the brain. I'm going to use 3D tool. The tool name is Mango to visualize these images first, and then I'll tell you why I'm doing this thing. I'm going to open one of the images. The first I'll use the T2NI. These images are 3D format, and you cannot visualize and open these images without specific special tools. So let me show you how these images look like, and you can just drag it down, and you can see here the brain portion. It's really important to locate the tumor portion, which is as you can guys see here, this is the tumorous portion. But only the very skilled person would be able to identify the size of tumor, where it is being located, unless otherwise you won't be able to, if you won't be able to diagnose it, then you won't be able to cure it. Okay, and I'll show you how uh, the tumor in 3D. look like. So this is the segmented image, what we call a target vector. So this is a tumor portion corresponding to this image. Okay, guys. So why it is important, because it is really important. Why this thing is important? Because in machine learning, deep learning, and other complex modeling, you first need to understand the structure of data, how it is look like, what type of data you are going to input and feed into the network, and what type of outcome corresponding to input you are expecting. Then you will be able to perform a backpropagation algorithm, which we definitely use these days, convolutional neural network in TensorFlow, that would be learned with the high dimensional feature analysis, okay, and perform with an input of 4-dimensional image, that is a brain tumor, brain MRI images, taking input of 4-dimensional image and produce an output of also, which is also 4-dimensional, but an outcome of segmented tumor portion, okay. And why these days this research is getting so much popular? Because previously we don't have huge data set, and such type of data, creating such type of 4-dimensional data set definitely require very skilled people who would be able to do it perfectly. And if you feed not so good data, then you won't be able to achieve good result, okay. So prior to build the program, understand it, what I do, I just download, drag the data, put it into my desktop. I just download a tool, Mango, and I try to understand that what these data set are, how these data set are look like, okay, and how I would be able to drag this data set into my vector space, where I would be able to apply a 3-dimensional convolutional neural network as an feature analysis, and thereafter unsampling the 3D convolutional transpose neural network to unsample from high dimensional feature space and generate a segmented portion of brain. So this is all about why do I analyze the data first, and then I'll move forward and I'll show you how my program is look like in a brief, and so that it won't waste much of your time. And I'll show you how you would be able to, just by clicking a single button, you would be able to generate a 3-dimensional vector space output in terms of segmented image. And then for visualization, for better visualizing purpose, I just concatenate all output in a single zip file, where the brain images and segmented portion would be easily identified. So let's go, guys. So this is the input type. So let's move forward and let's see how the program is look like. The program is very simple. Brain tumor detection program is not that much complicated as the earliest program was. The previous one I have uploaded which was the capsule 3D GAN. If you don't know about that 3D structure 3D program, then you can visit my previous uploaded video. Because these days I am working on 3D, and I keeps on contributing the new research in the same field. So I just created a validation script, because the training is so much time consuming. But in the validation script, I am also taking input data and producing a pre-trained, with the help of pre-trained model, an outcome of segmented brain image. Okay, I have run my pre-trained model. I have run in for 40,000 epochs. So 40,000 epochs is really time consuming. So I cannot show you the training process in this video. If you want to learn more about this in deep learning, you can contact me directly. We are also conducting the classes for one-to-one with one-to-one interaction, to teach people and to understand and to expose more people, to give an exposure application, how they can use the deep learning, how they can solve the real-time problem they are incurring in their business using convolutional neural network, how they can automate the things. Okay, so the main program which is performing the training and segmentation is UNet 3D model. This is the main class where my input vector, all input vector are 4-dimensional, and each image size is padded with 64 layer, and each layer having size of 64 by 64. So taking 4 input image to perform the training for the segmentation, this is the main method. This is the main placeholder I have created, and for target vector, this is the label part, which is the definitely segmented. That is also 3-dimensional, 64 padded 64 by 64, but only segmented portion. While input is taking as 4 input. Let me show you the data set again. These are the flare. Segmented is my target vector. T1, T1 CE and T2. These 4 are my input matrix to produce and segmented image. The 4th one is to analyze the 3-dimensional vector spacing from left, east, west, south, north. Okay guys. So once I just created a placeholder, the rest of the things are very simple after taking input data. Let me open the model. So this is my convolutional 3D layer, okay, which taking input, and the size of input I have already shown you in the placeholder, okay, and each layer decompose and analyze the high dimensional feature analysis. Once the decomposition is done, the reverse mapping I have for the simplicity, you can use the TensorFlow Keras 3D transpose, or you can use directly TensorFlow, or you can use the unsampling 3D, which works similar on the top of TensorFlow and do the similar thing what convolutional 3D transpose do in the TensorFlow. The main purpose of this unsampling, after the decomposition of 4 input into 1-dimensional feature space and 1-dimensional vector, it reconstruct an output vector which is having the size of segmented portion. Okay guys, so after performing the unsampling, I will be achieving with the pre-trained model an output vector which is corresponding to input image, which is showing me the segmented portion of the brain. I have put some input images in the validation folder. I'll show you later on. But by analyzing this coding, it is hard to analyze by how it exactly working on. So the same architecture everybody is using these days. So I'll show you how the diagram is look like first. So all you need to do is just type UNet 3D. So I can take any image, but this looks nice. The only difference in my network and in this network, okay guys, is they are taking size of 32 while I am taking the tensor map size of 64, because I am having an input vector size 64, and I am also producing the same size as 64. This 96 represents the batch size. This is what do the convolutional 3D network. It keeps on reducing the number of filters with reducing the size of input. Okay guys, and after 1, 2 or 3 layer, the number of layer you want to apply, you will get a 1-dimensional feature vector which would be feed as input for unsampling method modeling and produce an outcome of 3-dimensional feature vector, which is a segmented part of brain. The more detailed methodology of this 3D unit is hard to understand, so I would rather suggest you go for my 2D unit model, where I have explained how 2D unit exactly work, and all you need to do, once you understand how 2D is working, you would be able to understand this 3D architecture easily. So without wasting your time, I've already wasted so much. So guys, let me go through how the validation course script will look like and how the GIF outcome you would be able to create. So I have given the name of my output vector, which will be created in the validation folder. Let me show you. So once I run the program, I will be able to generate an output vector in evaluation folder, and for input features, I have used this validate folder and taken an example of an image. It requires only 4 images, and the segmented knee is not necessary, so I'm just putting it outside for a time being. So these are my input and will produce an outcome which will be created here in this folder along with the outcome of segmented image, which I will show you in Mango, and the output which is being mapped in GIF format. So let me run the program and make it show you how the outcome will look like. So it takes couple of seconds. So let me move to the folder directly. Once the program will run, it will generate an output vector with a GIF format. So guys, the output is being produced here, and this is the segmented portion I have obtained, and for visualizing the GIF is here. So as you can see here, the pinkish part of each brain is showing the tumorous portion. So I'll show you in using Mango how the output is look like. So this is the segmented portion being generated with the help of program. You can see here. So guys, I try to explain how the algorithm will work, and with the advancement of the technology, the best part of this thing, that nobody, even in the poor country where the brain surgeon and the people who are skilled in detecting the tumorous portion of brain are so much costly, and people need to migrate from one place to another if they want to do diagnosis and they need to spend so much money. Someday, with the help of AI, this thing will be so much cheaper that everybody have access. If they have any problem in their broad body, they would be able to diagnose it, would be able to locate the exact position where it is being located, how much the size of it, and what action should we need to take. So this is all about today, and I hope you guys like it. I try to explain, but if if anybody have any query regarding these things, they can mail me. I have given my email ID, my contact number, my WhatsApp number, and my official website. And if somebody find this video useful, they can just help us to grow. Make a small donation will help me to keep producing the algorithm, keeps explaining and contributing in the field of research. And we have also conducted one-to-one interaction data sciences courses, and we also help PhD scholars to make implementation, build successful algorithm like this. And this is all about. Thank you guys. This side Ajay, and I hope you everybody would be able to cure with the help of AI. Thank you guys. Bye bye.